Previously on Bust My Balls.
Hello, I'm David Brooks,
I'm Stuart Watton.
and we're here with a special guest. Say your name.
Nicolette Stephanopoulos.
I've never heard you say your whole name before. That's kind of weird.
You don't even know how to say my name. You know, bust my balls.
You don't have balls. You have to say like irritates my ovaries or violates my vagina
That's too much.
Or vulva.
or tears up my titties. No other woman will have those balls.
Good for them.
No other woman had it.
You don't know that? What about Jill Snyder?
What about Puffy Duffy?
Once a Duffy, always puffy.
Robert can't talk bad about his exes because he may wind up getting murdered.
You know, every time you say the once a Duffy, always puffy, do you think of the puffin? That bird, that Arctic bird? Because that's what I think of every time I hear the term puffy.
I just think of how genius I was to say that.
It is a great quote. There is another one. I'll probably have to block this for certain. No, I just won't say it.
What?
Just say it.
Once a Bundy, always fat.
That goes back to the high school days.
I didn't go to Bellevue High School, luckily.
You're a good person.
Where did you go?
To Boone County.
Sean Alexander.
That's
Lee
right.
Brickler Jr.
Okay, one bad, one good. George Floyd.
He's the best.
He is.
If I would have went to Bellevue, I would have been prevented from a lot of people.
I remember a story. This has nothing to do with busting my balls. But
Oh gosh.
Mr. Whalen, remember him?
Hustle in, hustle out.
Boys on this line, girls on this line.
What do you say, Big Al?
Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. They were playing wiffle ball, and Whalen was the pitcher. Allen was up the bat.
He played clutch because he didn't want to have to move.
Yeah, and Whalen threw the ball and hit Allen in the back, and he acted like he was going to charge the mound, and then Whalen goes, "Don't ever let them talk you into making the biggest mistake of your life, Big Al," because they were both really big.
Another Mr. Whalen story. Back in the boys' locker room, over where the football equipment was in that separate room, there was a refrigerator, and Whalen had like drinks and stuff in there, and he had chocolate milk in there. Well, one day Rory Recton just got in there and drank all the chocolate milk, and then I think it might have been towards the end of the week because the next time we went down there, there's a master lock on the fridge.
Whalen is about the size of a whale.
Oh. Another story about somebody on Facebook that we went to school with, Amanda Simmons, who's now Amanda Centers. After gym class, when boys were in the shower showering, because the girls didn't have a pop machine at work, I guess, at the time, her and maybe a couple other people came in to the locker room where there were naked boys to ask us to buy them drinks.
You know what really busts my balls?
What?
When you get into the Powerade machine, get a Powerade, not order because you're not ordering, but you get your Powerade and it's the first one and you open it up, first prize. You think you've won the greatest gift ever. And then during school, everybody's trying to steal this from you because they think it's like a car or $1 million or whatever the heck a first prize would be. Squirrel! And, yeah, well,
That's the Kentucky State Wildlife Critter. Gray-tailed squirrel.
well, anyway.
Is there something in its mouth?
Yeah, it's eating nuts.
It's a gay squirrel.
It's a gay squirrel. It eats nuts. Anyway.
His butt looks kind of big.
Anyway.
Don't be judgmental. See outside these running
They
away.
kept on trying to steal it. Like, people would try to get into my pockets and stuff. This is how hardcore they were.
That's
I
why
had
you
to
put it
keep
in the front
changing
pocket.
where
That's
I was
Bellevue
putting
for
it.
you.
I actually put it in the front of my jeans, like, where my balls are. And,
That's where I keep mine.
will you have a first prize Powerade cap?
No, my balls.
Well, anyway, I had this cap, And I couldn't wait to get home to check to see what my prize was.
Oh,
I was
that's
really
story
pumped about it. And I went home and typed it into the dial-up internet. Not M-Fire bad, but it was a bad internet. Stuart had M-Fire until about a year ago or two. Anyway.
4 or 5.
Yeah. No, 2 or 3.
It was longer than that.
And I went home and typed it in. I had won a free screensaver. A free screensaver. People were fighting me, trying to steal stuff from me because I had a screensaver.
That's not even a free Powerade.
No. I wanted a... That would have been cool, too.
Back
It was blue. It was a blue Powerade.
Well, it would have been
back
better than
when I
screensaver.
first moved
It
to
would've
Bellevue,
been.
I lived 2 houses away from Toby Granger, and we were going down to the Marianne one night to watch a movie. And his dad told
You don't
us,
really bust my balls
Wait,
bed
Toby-
bugs in movie theaters.
What? And Toby Granger's dad said, put your money in your front pocket. That way, if anybody tries to pickpocket you, it looks like they're trying to play with you.
That doesn't have to do with bust my balls.
If somebody tried to pickpocket me,
They would be busting your balls.
you know what busts Alan's balls?
What?
Getting hit by a car outside of the Marianne.
And then certain people not testifying on his behalf when they saw the whole thing.
Yeah. You know what busts my balls?
He got hit by a train down there. It wasn't even a car.
Oh my god.
It
There's
was
not a
car.
train on the avenue. That was sarcasm.
Something that really busts my balls is how the Marianne has been closed so long. They have a movie poster out front for U.S. Marshals, which came out in 1998.
You don't really bust my balls.
What?
One time I was there having a bowl of popcorn.
Not a bucket?
A bucket of popcorn. It was like this. You could get a whole bucket of popcorn for like $1 there. It was really good.
Well,
I
I have to put this in there because it's about popcorn.
Okay.
The day Alan got hit, I stayed and I watched the second movie. It was Independence Day.
You didn't care about your friend getting hit by a car?
He was cool. He had to leave after Harriet the Spy. And I was sitting by Derek Kidney, and his brother Ian was down the row a little bit. We were in the front row. And Ian had this big bucket of popcorn, and Derek goes, Derek
I tried
goes,
to get it down
watch,
there.
because he will eventually kick the popcorn over. So while watching Independence Day, we also kept watching his brother, and as he said, the popcorn was kicked over.
You know, really bust my balls because I was telling a story when I was rudely interrupted. I was at Anaconda just eating away at my popcorn. Why are these bugs all over me? Come on,
They
now they're
smell the
attracted to gasoline.
And chocolate.
Oh, you don't bust my balls cleaning up after messing up the gasoline. Well, anyway, I was pouring some salt on there, and the entire salt top came off, and my popcorn was ruined, and I spent like my only last bit of money on it, so I had to eat salty popcorn.
Why didn't you ask for a new one?
Because I am not like that. Because I'll spit in it. I never spit on anybody's food down there at AMC, I promise. But I did see people eating the hot dogs in the back when they weren't supposed to be and got fired for it. But I was hoping you guys wouldn't really buy the hot dogs at the end of the day, because every one of the ones that they had to damage got to be eaten by us.
You don't really bust my balls.
What?
When Stonehenge plays football with us and his ass crack keeps on falling out.
Crack kills.
He's fat.
God, he looks like Mr. Runyon now. But Runyon's getting skinnier and he's getting bigger. And his hat was pretty cool though.
He played in that hat.
He needed a belt and a bigger shirt.
Yeah,
Or a smaller guy.
his belly was sticking up the bottom.
You know what really busts my balls?
What?
When certain people make me have to do the shuffle to Baby Got Back because they print out lyrics to the song in a class, and then the teacher finds out that you printed out the lyrics to them. Then they say, you have to rap this in front of the whole class now.
Well,
and then they're like,
office.
then he's like, I'm not rapping it unless David does the shuffle to it, so I have to go up and do the shuffle to a Baby Got Back song that I know that I only do the shuffle to 3 songs, and that's not one of them.
What a man.
Yes. Back that thing up.
Pack that thing.
The edited version.
That's the best one.
Yeah, it's way better because it goes drummer stick. And Notorious. No, Notorious. Alright, guys. I think that's going to wrap it up. I think we've been on here for a while.
We have two people that went off subject quite a bit.
There was a good story about Waylon and the wiffle ball thing.
And Toby Granger's dad.
And Amanda.
Not Fee, Simmons.
Now Centers.
Yes.
Centers. Former
She's having another baby.
Yeah, former female friend of
Justin.
Who
Moose.
He looks like Grimace. Please don't watch this.
Shrek.
I love Justin.
No, he's really cool.
Yeah. Back in 5th grade, I remember when we were still at the Grandview, I'd be walking home.
Stuart, you know what Buster's
And at the time, he was still a grade above us.
At the time.
At the time. And I'd be walking down Walnut, that hill, and here comes this kid, Justin Fryman, on his bicycle, going as fast as he can down the hill and through the intersection.
You know what busted your balls probably? What? When you were misunderstood for Timmy Waddle in 5th grade.
Yes.
You know what busts Miss Garrett's balls? When Lonnie raises his hand and goes, Mrs. Garrett, you look like George Washington.
Lonnie and I agree on a lot of stuff, one of which is that granny panties are not attractive. He asked me why I didn't like them one time, and I said because they make girls' butts look saggy. He liked that answer.
Yeah.
I think they're comfortable. I got your back, girls.
What's comfort? What's more important, comfort or books?
Yeah.
You guys tell me.
Whoops.
I'm not a female. I wouldn't know. What's more important to you guys?
Well, from our perspective,
we had a girl on here for a
When
reason.
you're on your period, it's comfort.
we could have done without that filth.
Oh, really?
You know what really busts my
Girls
balls?
don't poop.
When
They
Sarah says that we have no clue what females go through when they cramp, I'm lactose intolerant. Now, if I have too much dairy, my intestines cramp.
I have stomach cramps too. I swear to God, I know what it feels like to be a girl.
Intestines.
No.
Burning and cramping.
Yeah, I would cramp from prednisone. You know how that hurts? That is hurtful.
You know what also busts
How
my balls?
often do you guys go through that?
When
I cramp
irritable
monthly.
nail syndrome. When Judy Votel tries to tell me that there's nothing compared to childbirth, and I told her about this dump I took one time, and it was really big. And I remember the key to my argument.
What she said
was that your butthole is not made to dilate.
You know what really busts other people's balls?
What?
When certain people lie about their entire lives and say that they have jobs and then run off and don't pay the rent.
Hold on.
They say they have jobs. They say they've been working at this job for a month now, and they had only been working at it for 3 days.
No, they hadn't been working.
They don't brush their teeth either. They almost look like sawed down pencils. It's like pencil. They look like pencil tips.
Yeah, because the
Lead?
No, the brown part,
Well,
not the actual
yeah.
lead part. That's what his teeth look like. I mean, I swear to God, they do. It's mean, but it's the absolute truth. Don't go near him. And he'll somehow scrape up money for alcohol, but he won't scrape up money for rent.
Scrape up, steal.
Scrape up, steal, talk people out of, that really busts my balls.
You know what really busts my balls?
What?
Somebody leaving while we're supposed to play Tecmo Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Saying that he's tired, but really it's because
It's definitely because he's whipped.
Yeah.
And other people...
I'm not saying
He was Mitch whipped?
Mitch whipped? Well, anyway. We can't be talking about Timmy because you got to actually have it before you're actually whipped by it. Anyway.
You know what upsets my uterus?
What's that?
People who lie about their whole entire lives to somebody that's the best girlfriend in the whole entire world.
We're getting a little sensitive here.
Well, people who pretend like they're the best people in the whole wide world when they're really the lowest scum that could ever walk the planet Earth.
I saw that.
We know who you're talking about.
I
We
saw
know.
this
Hells
person
have
one
no
time.
fury like a woman scorned for dip.
Yeah, I saw this guy one time just push over a guy on second base for no reason at all, just because he was
Psycho.
angry. Yeah. On that note, we probably should wrap.